next we have Corey Merriman.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Corey Merriman, and I am standing up to be your next Mohave County Sheriff. I'm actually the first candidate to announce my run to be elected your next sheriff. I believe that if you're going to do something, make a decision, follow through with it, and give it 100% of your attention. What I stand for, I'm a Christian, constitutional, conservative Republican. That is my foundation that governs me. Through the campaign, there have been a few rumors about, number one, me having lack of experience to run for sheriff. Let me tell you, the position of sheriff is a constitutional position. There are very few qualifications for it. However, as has been just stated, there are many candidates before you that are qualified for the position. I myself am a federal firearms manufacturer. No, I'm not currently on our license. At the time of our licensing process, I decided to not, at the decision of my husband and I, to be on the licensing paperwork. That would mandate that I be present for all audits, all paperwork. However, I currently handle over 600 accounts at our factory. We have 2 plants. We have a assembly plant based out of Lake Havasu City, and we also have our mold. We have 2 companies. Plum Crazy Firearms was our original rifle. We just relaunched our Plum Crazy 2 generation. I stand for our Constitution every day, and I'm here to stand for you. It's more than just words. It's going to take someone who has a proven history of creating, maintaining, and stability with leadership. There are major issues with the sheriff's office. Morale is extremely low. We need somebody who understands the needs of the deputies and the personnel there who are still left. I believe we are currently at 86 sworn officers right now, and that is not acceptable. It's not acceptable service to you as the citizens and residents of Mohave County. You guys are hardworking to deserve somebody with the ability to pay attention to that budget. I've addressed in previous debates, as we've had too, that we need to build that budget up from zero. Absolutely zero, to justify where the money is going, to make sure it's being spent appropriately for training, for raises, experience. I have to do that. One example, one of our accounts, if you take this restaurant right here, that would constitute in comparison to an account at our manufacturer plant. That being said, my husband and I and a partner of ours handle over 600 accounts nationwide with a second factory. It is a business management position that we are running for. And I have the leadership, experience, and training and knowledge to be able to take Mohave County Sheriff's Office and give the employees and the people the respect and dignity they deserve to restore it. You, the people and the voters, deserve that, to give it that attention. Thank you for your support. God bless you all.
Thank
To address the jail and the budget, I myself am also a former deputy sheriff. I served under Sheriff Tom Sheehan for over 8 years. I was also a hostage negotiator for our tactical operations unit. When we're discussing money and the budget, that's exactly what I handle. I manage a multi-million-dollar company at our factory. I'm not here running because of a need for income. I'm running because of the need and the ideas that I see and have, and the ideas that I've listened to, communicating with you, the public, the people, the voters of Mohave County, and wanting to reinstate that, wanting you guys to have the best person qualified, somebody who's actually managed and has been at that administrative level and ownership of a company, such as myself.
Thank you very much. If you're done answering, we'll let you move right on.
Thank you. My training experience with the K-9 unit is directly out of the academy. I worked with Sergeant Raj Kareem. Also understanding and working for the Sheriff's Office, I know, as well as Archie has previously stated, that it is not funded by the Sheriff's Office. And there are different ways you can go about doing that. Requesting grants, filing paperwork, and just getting them the money that they need. When you're dealing with the K-9 unit, there's also another aspect that some people don't realize, is that we can volunteer. I myself volunteered at many functions, car functions, helped fundraising for the K-9 unit to help it keep going. Unfortunately, if we don't do those functions of the K-9 unit, we will lose it. And it's not a program we can afford to lose. along with everyone else's comments, and in reference to the water and patrolling, I was a street deputy. I handled all my own criminal investigations, traffic enforcement, calls for service, everything along that line. I did assist the waterways in reference, thank you, Steve, sorry, I'll try to hurry. I did assist with waterways during the holiday seasons and also actively on every shift, almost every shift. I want to make sure I'm being and showing my integrity here. Not every shift, but almost every shift I would go down there and patrol the waterways. I always tried to assist the waterways unit as best as possible. And in reference to search and rescue, fortunately with the sheriff's office, although there are disadvantages that we're all addressing, there are advantages. With us being a smaller agency, we all have to do our own investigations. We all have to handle that. And thank you, Steve, again and again. We all have pasts and we all have histories and I do agree that that's what makes us who we are, is if we learn from it and if we move on. I myself have never been arrested, acquitted of any charges, DUI, assault and battery, what else was it? Abuse or any criminal offenses. People very close to me have. I have seen how it has changed them though, personally. So, nothing with me. I'm just here to offer my services. Number one issue is the budget. We need to increase finances, raises, training, experience. Let all the officers know, the supervisors know that they are appreciated. And they will give you that same respect back. Morale is extremely low, and they have opportunities at other agencies surrounding us. We have the highest turnover rate in Mohave County Sheriff's Office. It's a constitutional position. We are supposed to be the successors. That's not acceptable for us to be at the lowest. We have to lead, and the only way to do that is to raise those people up that are still here. We have some deputies I see present here right now. I want to take a chance to just thank them for being present here and being concerned about what's going on with the county and with the community, and I appreciate their support in the debate tonight. But we need to take those steps. We need to take those steps. As a business owner, we have to take every step at a time. The first step you have to do is address your budget. At our factory, every single year, our multi-million-dollar company, we have to address our budget to find out what we need to cut out, what we need to add, and what we need to do. Before we go to those steps about asking the people, because I too believe as well that it needs to go to the people if that's where we have to go. But we need to take one step at a time, and we have to work with what we have. And there are many areas at the Sheriff's Office and in our budget that we can cut, where we can give those deputies the raises, the training, and give them those viable resources so they can go home to their families. Because that's not happening. They meet the minimum standards. That is not acceptable. They deserve better than that, and you, the people, deserve better than that. You're the voters of Mohave County, you're the residents, and your safety and security is not being put first. We need to take those initial steps before we work on addressing you, the people. And if I'm elected your sheriff, I make you that commitment that I will do that. I will build the budget up from zero, justify where the money's being spent to make sure it's being spent appropriately, and redirect it where it needs to go. And then secondly, if that's not possible, then you, the voters, will have that choice. You have the right as a private business owner if you choose to have a gun-free zone. Now, if we're going to go into the discussion of public areas, if I was a criminal, that's the first place I would go to rob somebody. Because the only people that would listen to that would be somebody who is a law-abiding citizen. So, in reference to public areas, absolutely not. But you have the right as a business owner. It's your right how you want to run your property, your business, and conduct your facility to do so how you see fit. But not public areas. Absolutely not.
And no deputies would go there, right?
I'm sorry, what, Steve?
No deputies would want to patronize, and the public wouldn't want
All right, that's why I said if you're a criminal, that's the first place you're going to go is, hey, let's go to the gun-free zone. Let's rob everybody. I mean, it's not effective. I agree. We need to take the steps necessary. And once again, when we're dealing with going over the budget and everything along that line, those are the steps that we have to take. We need to boost the morale of the sheriff's office. We need to get the people the income and the revenue that they need. Well, and to answer that specifically, every single deputy and body we have on the street counts. So we have to start with one, but we have to give them a reason to stay. So that's why I keep going back to the budget. We have to give the people we already have the reason to stay. We need that for the officers. We need them to have higher pay, better training, resources, and the experience to keep them here in Mohave County instead of going to other agencies. They typically stay for 2-3 years, then they realize they have other opportunities, areas of advancement and training where they can take their leadership skills because they are recognized. We can open up so many extra areas at the sheriff's office, specialty units, give them the incentive, the reason to stay. We used to do warrant sweeps. I remember I helped participate in the orchestration of doing some warrant sweeps. Just little things like that. Number one, just being there for the deputies and letting them realize that they're number one.
How many do
We need 30% more, so, you know,
How many is that?
30% more. About 130. 130 is about 30% more off the top of my head. It would be about 125, between 125 and 130. So when you're agreed, as a constitutionalist, it's our responsibility to maintain all of our lands, and all the lands in Mohave County belong in essence, to the sheriff's office. Another issue that we are facing is that we keep getting asked, would you be willing to deputize? Absolutely not. Will not do any deputization of federal agents. We need to reclaim our land and what's ours under the Constitution. And as a constitutionalist, I will do that. That's what the position of the Mohave County Sheriff is. It's about you and making your opinion count, because it does. It's your choice who you vote in as your sheriff, and your sheriff needs to be there for you. From the point I started campaigning, and since I became a public servant and community servant to Mohave County, I've been connecting all over. I've gone statewide, local. For an example, I met with Mayor Mark Nex in Lake Havasu City. He was the first elected official to sign my petition in support of me for my run to be your next Mohave County Sheriff. It's important to connect, gain the ideas of what is going on, not in just your community, but the areas that need to be fixed, and what ideas they have, what issues they see for the sheriff's office. And your opinion is just as important. And I would love to have a cup of coffee with you. You see before you tonight 5 out of the 6 candidates that were supposed to be here. It proves to you that there are people who care about you and the needs of Mohave County and what we have to offer. I believe I am the best candidate for the position of Mohave County Sheriff. I have a foundation that governs me. As I stated before, I'm a Christian constitutionalist, conservative Republican. I am also a weapons manufacturer. I manufacture AR-15s. I manage a large business, over 600 accounts, as I've stated. That's what the position is. It's an administrative position as your next sheriff. It's going to take somebody with the structuring management, leadership management experience, staff working for them, to be able to take Mohave County Sheriff's Office. And someone else who's also been a public servant. My first employment was with the Lake Havasu City Aquatic Center. I was a lifeguard. I was also a Special Olympic swim coach, took our team to state competition, special programs coordinator, and event specialist. I think it's important. Oh, I have 1 minute left. Wow, thank you. I thought you were holding up the red one. I was like, oh, I'm done already, darn. Thanks, Steve. I think it's important that you look at all the candidates before you and realize, as I said, that we are here to offer our services. But that's why I feel I'm the best candidate to be your next elected sheriff. Throughout the history of my employment, I have served the community. As I stated, I was a Special Olympic swim coach for my first employment. I then became a business manager when I traveled to California. I'm also a former helicopter pilot. It's been misrepresented in previous debates, actually, and I'm glad I have an opportunity to talk a little bit more, that I stated I was still licensed. I am not still licensed. It's a prior accomplishment, something I am very proud of, and it's also not a normal achievement that somebody makes, 15 seconds, somebody makes at such a young age. It just shows you the ambition and the drive that I would like to take to Mohave County Sheriff's Office with my proven leadership management, structuring skills. My husband and I started from nothing. I know what it's like to come from absolutely zero. And that's what it's going to take to restore Mohave County. God bless you.